Ike, Assistant State Coordinator for Catholic Charities of Southern Nevada Migration and Refugee Service. Whitney, thank you for being here again.
Thank you for having me. So first off, thank you Heidi for hosting, and thank you Lizelle for always inviting Catholic Charities to be part of your event. Just like Heidi said, I'm Whitney Ike. I'm the Assistant Director for Catholic Charities, Migration Refugee Services. So the theme that Lizelle put for this year really revolves around knowledge about poverty. And Heidi touched on that too when she talked about, you know, we all have the knowledge of poverty, especially us who work in this field, but even the general public. Everyone has the knowledge of poverty, but whether or not you pay attention to that, that's a different story. Whether or not you're paying attention, those people who are growing up in poverty, children who are growing up in poverty, are losing their potential to fully contribute to society, and thus really affecting us all, whether we realize it or not. A child who grows up in poverty is more likely to be malnourished, more likely to get sick, more likely to go to jail, and even has a shorter life expectancy. So as one child loses that potential, as they go on to have a family, their family also loses that potential, and poverty becomes generational. To get to the root of the problem, as other people have touched on, we have to look at the systems within our country and internationally. We have to look at the institutions that allow poverty to be perpetrated again and again. I have a unique perspective on this work as I work with refugees, and I see them escaping those oppressions, and I see them escaping those systems that have oppressed them for so many generations, and having the chance to come to America and start their lives anew. However, a refugee's journey isn't over when they come to America. It's really just getting started. Jobs aren't as easy as someone imagines. The language isn't as easy to learn as one imagines. And often they join the ranks of Americans here who live in poverty, at least for a short while. Thankfully, with Catholic Charities' help, with our community partners' help, with much of your help, refugees, for the most part, do go on to lead successful, independent lives, which is a great thing. Catholic Charities' work doesn't end with refugees. We actually have 25 other programs within our agency. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about those and the general work that Catholic Charities does to combat poverty in Las Vegas. Some of the most prevalent programs here in our community is our social services department. They assist people all over this valley with food, bus passes, job training assistance. For the most part, no documentation is required, meaning you can be here with documents, without documents. The only thing that you have to show is somehow that you're living here, that you're not coming in from Arizona to use our services, something like that. We also have our Meals on Wheels program, which helps to combat poverty and malnourishment in our older and senior population. We also have WIC, Women, Infants, and Children, which does the same thing, but for moms who are pregnant or have young children. We have an emergency shelter. Probably Red Cross is pretty familiar with it. So if they receive someone but they can't provide the housing, Catholic Charities does provide housing for men, and then we refer to the SHAPE for women who need emergency housing. I left a flyer in the back detailing all 25 of our programs, so if you want to take that as a resource for yours, for your community, please do that. I know these programs in my description is only touching barely upon what our valley is facing, but with events like this and us coming together, learning more, this is a great forum for us to begin the work and continue the work that has already started. So thank you all for your commitment and your passion to combating poverty. It's a long road ahead of us, but I know that step by step we can do the work that's needed. Thank you, and thank you again to Heidi. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you and thank Southern Nevada Catholic Charities for your great support of LUSAO over the years.
Yes. Amen to that.
So for those of you who don't know, Luzao actually arrived as a refugee through the program, so he's one of our success stories, so we're happy to always support him.
Wow.
Thank you.